I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, as it's a very nice thing to see that everything ran smoothly tonight. I was able to set everything up prior to the stream, so I'm very happy that everything is working smoothly tonight once again. So I want to get into the intro real quick, and then I'll say hello to everybody, and then we got to get into this very quickly. Good evening, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, September 7th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, the most important thing here tonight, well, first I'll say hello because you all are the most important part of the live streams. That's why I do it each and every day. So, I see we have a few people in here already. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push me through the analytics. It's the only way that we can push through the YouTube algorithm, and your help really, it does really help me a lot. Massey, welcome in. Mr. Anderson, good evening. ATK, welcome. Hamza, I'm glad you liked the title tonight. JW, good evening. Hard day at work. Hopefully you take rest. I understand. I'm just glad you said hi. Got a lot of talk here tonight. MC Prosperity, good evening. John Hall, welcome in. True, welcome in, my friend. Lots to talk about. Richard, Matt, Mike, Chat, good evening. Mr. Extra Sour Cream Taco Supreme, welcome in. Losing your hair, but you don't care. Excellent. Dean, good evening. Crypto Rogers, so awesome to hear David Schwartz talking about cannabis and hash. Love that guy. Bobby, good evening. Miss Vicky, welcome in, love. I'm so glad to see you in here. Matt Holden, good evening. Chad, I over leverage on XRP 14,000. Hope we hold 47 cents. Ooh. Well, I mean, but we'll take a look at the charts. We're doing the retracement we thought we would. Well, we'll get into it because we haven't exactly done it yet. Christopher, welcome in. John, good evening. Tanya, love, welcome in. I'm glad to see you in chat. Glad to see you here as well. Always brightens up my night. Cutie, good evening. Tuning in from New York, Brooklyn, Williamsburg. Excellent. Levi, good evening. Welcome in, Levi, from Michigan. Sashir, good evening. And Colin, I appreciate you tuning in. So, right now with XRP, what we're really dealing with here. Phil, good evening, Phil. Crypto Scrooge, welcome in. Crypto Solo Scrooge on YouTube as well, if you're looking for Sologenic. Carpathian, good evening. Have a good one, George. So with XRP, as we know, we fell outside of the ascending triangle formation, and now we're trying to get back within here. We need to test this death cross area. So the daily time frame, Levi, that just made my day. And I appreciate that. But XRP, we're trying to retest this looming death cross. And I know we've had to talk about it for, it seems like an eternity now, but it's the truth. We have this looming death cross here, and until we can either validate this breakdown or break out, we have to continue to have this painful consolidation. And it seems like with everything that's looming here, it seems like XRP wants to come down farther after a retest. Like we have a Dragonfly Doji closing today's daily candle. Now it's once again, as we know, it's determined by the next candle. So now we have to see, does the next candle play bullish and push us into this range, or do we get rejected up here and not even, or should I say, do we not even come up here and continue to get rejected by the ascending triangle resistance after we broke down? If that's the case, our next support's going to be 483. So somebody who said they leveraged and your stop loss is at 47 cents, you're technically not dead yet, because we have that lower support that could end up playing as a double bottom at 483 if we were to break down. However, if we break that, our rising channel support, that puts you at 448. Now, I can only tell you my personal experience, and Cash App is not down, ATMs are not down, at least in the USA. Venmo is not down. So, I can only speak from my own personal experience. So with XRP, this is really honestly what I'm looking at. Are we going to retest this area? Having a Dragonfly Doji here is interesting. We did have a hammer candle here. It was a bearish one. We were not able to break out of this region again. We did break the high, but we stayed within the range. So yeah, it's a Dragonfly Doji, but it's closing bearish again, at least. KBS, no, you didn't miss anything yet, honestly. The only thing I've talked about so far is the fact that XRP right now seems to be trying to attempt a reversal to test this looming death cross area. And with Bitcoin already did what we talked about. XRP is lagging now. Bitcoin on this morning's update, actually this mid-afternoon live when I came live for like 18 minutes or whatever, not even, I don't even know how long I was live. I just wanted to do an update, but I went live instead. And then there was a few people that were talking, which was nice. But I was trying to have like a spontaneous moment. So I talked about Bitcoin coming up here. It was down here this morning. It was down at like 25,800, or this early afternoon, I should say. Then it came up to where we were talking about. And now we said it could even come up here to the 200 day. But this was the minimum move we were expecting. We had a dot cross. Now to prove overly bearish, we could even try to overrun it for a fake out to gather more downside liquidity for the push down if that's what's to come. Right now, however, we have a 1, 2, that's a triple bottom here at 25,371 approximately. That's a triple bottom. So if this does reverse back up here, maybe we could get some, maybe we'd have some hope in the market. So that's just something to actually pay attention to as well. And then as far as the title goes, George, good evening. As far as the title goes, the reason I put that, it's not, we need to stop worrying about today's price with XRP. If we bought XRP, even if you want a swing trade, like I don't know if that's the reason. I wouldn't be buying XRP for a swing trade coin, I mean, or token. There's many other options if you want a swing trade that you might be able to get a better understanding of, because they're not tied up in a lawsuit right now and yada, yada, yada. But with the circulating supply, it's a lot harder to push it. So with XRP, if you're buying it right now, you're trying to accumulate. I don't know why everybody is so stuck on we need to sell it so quickly. We came down from a $1.98 high in 2021 to be able to buy it in the mid-30s. So right now, I mean, with the new policies that are going in, especially January 1, with the de-dollarization of the dollar, even the de-dollarization of the euro, that's part of this cluster, you know what. The pound is thrown in there. Anybody who relies on the central banks, it's not just the U.S. that's going to be devalued in the grand scheme. With what the BRICS are doing, it's a big mess. So for us, they're not doing it for the wrong reasons. It just hurts us. So when it comes to XRP, what you want to be doing right now is do what the whales are doing. They're not worried about selling right now because they don't need the money for a small swing trade. What they do is they accumulate in these spots. They've been doing it for all eternity, and they will continue to do it for all eternity. I promise you. This is what they do. This is how they make their living. That's better. That was just a little bit in my way. But that's how they do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they make their living. You know, that's what the whales do, and they rely on us to be selling out, as we call ourselves, I guess weak hands, some would call us, or just, you know, the smart money is pushing out the weak hands, or the not so knowledgeable folks. But that always helps them continue to push into their position. If they're buying at 50 cents, if it goes down to 20, they'll just buy more. They don't give a crap. They're waiting for the next actual bull run. All this nonsense right now means nothing to the bulls. It really doesn't. And I don't know how many people actually believe that, but it's the truth. We have 60 people in here now. Thank you so much for finding your way in here. 44 likes. Make sure to hit that like button, as I can use your help to help push this content. Also, make sure you share this live. The more times you share this live with the link, or just hit share and it gives you a link provided if you're not doing it on YouTube, it helps me. It helps YouTube push me through the algorithm. As you can see, the crypto space right now is dying as far as viewers. A lot of people have stopped watching. A lot of people are, yes, ATK, unfortunately, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I gave out a warning. I talked about the blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, it's a bad thing. We're going to go down and do a full-blown stay-at-home venture again. Hey, Defilade, welcome in. I greatly appreciate you. Wow, I really appreciate you being back in here, my brother. It's been a long time indeed. It's been a long time. It's good to see you're still in the Army. It is coming, ATK. Speaking of the Brits, they got that law taking effect on the 20th. XDC might go up with that, absolutely. MC Prosperity, I agree. Shaking more people out. XRP at $10 than at 25. Yeah, at 25 cents. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's still, right now, it's still feasible to do it. That's the bottom line, everybody. It's really feasible. Oh, yes, Phil, it's coming. Look at, if you guys need information, right now you can look at Texas, but you got to start with the, you know, so look at Massachusetts schools right now, and then you'll get everything you need to know. But I don't want to talk about that a lot. I'll get crushed by YouTube. I know I missed some comments, and I apologize. I'm trying to get it back on my phone. When the bottom is expected, November, December. We don't know, cutie. That's the problem. We don't know. We might not have a true bottom for a while, because we could have a rotation here where we have a mini bull run in 24. Yes, you are, Defo. Yes, you are. 1970 legend, good evening. Tom, I don't have anyone to share it with. If I just copy link and not paste it, does it still work? No, it does not. But if you don't have anybody to share with, that's okay. That is okay. But yeah, then don't share it. I don't want to put pressure on you. The only thing you could do to share it is on your YouTube channel. You can just share it, and then it'll just share to oblivion. You know, it'll just be put on the YouTube sphere. So, between now and November, yes, Defo, everything that I've gathered, we should be back into a likely, by the third week of this month, likely is when you're going to start seeing it posted nationally. And then we will, before my birthday, I'll just say, and it's on December 17th, so before I turn 40, I expect to not be able to leave my house. So, you know, I guess it'll be an early view of the old folks, the way the old folks home is, where they won't let me leave. So, that's what I anticipate. It could come sooner. Makes me a little nervous. Makes me a little nervous, you know, that they started talking about it. They weren't supposed to be talking about it till the first week of September from everything I've seen. But they started talking about the first week of August, which means they're 4 weeks ahead. So that's interesting. But that's all I can say about that, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, you won't be seeing me much longer here. Notice I'm afraid to even say what it was. I call it the blah, blah, blah. Remember, I did get suspended for a week. And I had to do it on a separate station, remember? Exactly, Jorge. Yes, ATK, December 17th. Indeed. So right now, that's what I'm firmly paying attention to. Firmly paying attention to. We know Bitcoin already had its retest. September 19th for you. What is that? Is that just your birthday, or is that your 40th birthday as well? As you're going to join me on the venture of 40-ish. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Not much we can do about it. Not much I want to do about it either. See, people ask me, would you want to go back to your younger years? I wouldn't. I actually don't mind where I'm at. And I think when you appreciate what you've done in life, or what you're doing, by the time you get to where you're going and you understand why you're here, and you know, things like that, you don't question why as you're getting older. You just appreciate the fact that you're here still. Because you never know. A 25-year-old might not outlive my 89-year-old grandpa, and that's just the reality of life. Whoops. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just the reality of things. And my grandpa, you know, he's my last living grandparent. And I lost my first grandparent, my grandpa, when he was 78 in 2001. I lost my grandma in 2011, and she was 85. My other grandma I lost at 78 in 2018. You know, so it's, you never know. You just never know. I've lost family members that were younger and shouldn't have been gone yet, whether through things of their own, through drugs, whatever, you know, disease, whatever the case may be. So I take it as a gift. I really do. You know, I consider myself very fortunate. Yeah, I've had injuries, some major ones like breaking my back and stuff, and a car accident, and yada, yada, yada. And I can't see out of my left eye because of keratoconus, and excellent. And I have a hook in my left thumb that most people don't know about, but I completely, it was just, my ulnar collateral ligament was just, it wasn't even attached anymore. So they had to put a titanium hook in there so that I would be able to bend my thumb again. Basketball injury. Stupid injury. But Caspa, I mean, how do you want to look at this? Caspa's in a huge, this is the formation right now for Caspa. We can make it shorter because that's the channel it's in. And we're going back to XRP, but I wanted to do this for Cutie as a donation was given before, but I wanted to look at it more, which I have. It's just, I don't like to draw out the formations when I'm covering it with somebody without them seeing it in real time. So I know what I think is going to happen now. What the hell is going on here? Anybody see this? It won't draw that out. Interesting. That's better. So, I mean, you very well could be doing something like this. So, we can do it like that. But we're inside of a channel here now. Like, we formed, this is the uptrend here. Whoops. We got to get back to XRP because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't know what is going on here. But we've come into this area now. So, let's take a look at the 4-hourly real quick. Or I mean the daily. So we're fighting a bearish cross right now, but we have a W reversal. So it looks like Caspa's going to come up here. It's going to come up here. We're going to deal with the uptrending resistance if we make a move. Otherwise, if we don't break out of here, if we make the move up, you're going to be looking at a rejection point here. If we get rejected and end up coming down and this is a fake out, you have this uptrending support right here. And you do have a long leg doji in the weekly, so this looks like it's indecisive, and we're probably going to have a next move up in the next weekly candle, which is on Sunday. So it's probably going to start reversing. So it's probably going to start making a run back up to 5.5 here. Unless we get a weak candle off of this formation, if this uptrending support breaks at 3.1, then you come down into here at about the 1.6 level. So just pay attention to that. But I gotta get back into the XRP technical analysis. I don't have a ton of time tonight. But I did want to at least show you that. But I'll keep that as part of the rotation when I come on the lives if I see your name in here. Go over algo, please. I've went green. Well, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, everybody. I can't just be bouncing around until I get my point across. We've got 79 people in here, 64 likes. Make sure to hit the like button at the very least if you want me to do what everybody's asking for. Consider joining Tom's Army as I go through a lot and I work myself tirelessly for everybody's expense and my own. And I don't have any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind. I don't have anything hidden behind a paywall. So if you would like to pay it forward, you guys can always join Tom's Army if you don't want to hit the like button. Even if you do hit the like button. Or you can send a YouTube super chat for my time. But I really do appreciate everybody being here because it makes my time and my message stronger. It makes it worth it. So... but I will go over some things. I see the comments. A simple please. Please. Not because of own personal reasons. Oh, I'm not. This is how I talk, Defo. I need to explain. This is for me, not for all of you. This is so I know I'm covering all my bases. That's why sometimes I say, or a lot of times, every time I come on the live, I'm not a financial advisor. So you have to make your own decision. There's a reason I say that. Not because I guess I have to in a way. I appreciate that, Defo. So, this rising channel, though, for XRP, it's going to continue to be our thorn in the side. Unless we can break out of this rising channel to the top side, this is going to stay ultimately bearish. Right now, we are obviously in the daily. In the weekly, we still have that golden cross. In the daily, we are trying to figure out if we're going to come up here and retest this death cross where it's about to happen. To me, with this Dragonfly Doji, it's signifying that our next candle could start out bullish. And if that's the case, it's absolutely going to come right back up there. It'll probably have an overrun to excite some people and go up to 5.4, 5.38 possibly. That's where I would expect for us to get the ultimate rejection area. The ultimate rejection area, so that we would know that we're bearish. It can happen there or 5.24. Either way, it'd be fine by me. Whichever one of these spots proves bearish is fine by me. And then if it reverses back down, that's where we start to get into the, okay, we have to rotate back down. The death cross is coming into play. And now we have to rotate back down to the bottom of the channel. So the death cross, 20-day, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day moving average. You start to look at the market in a way of the moving averages like this. So everybody who's bought in from 20 days and in, underwater. Anybody who's bought in from 50 days out and in, underwater. Anybody who's bought in from 100 days out and in, underwater. Anybody who's bought in from 200 days out in the pattern and in is underwater. So when you start looking at it like that, how long can everybody hold on before you have a little capitulation? And that first capitulation would be after we break 448. If we break 448, we'll capitulate down to the 2020 uptrend. That would be your first capitulation step. Then you have to see if there's strength left there and if the golden cross will still play out. It'll get dicey at that point, but I think that's what we're trending towards. I keep saying, prove me wrong by the XRP chart, and it's why I said we had a 54% chance to come down. You know, I think everybody should give themselves a round of applause too, because to be here right now in the downturn, to be here when it's more negative than positive in the environment, this is when the real money's made. This is when you understand the ebb and flow. This is when you get into a bull market, you understand those weird moments in the bear market. I don't know how many people are here. 82. 82 of you have found your way in here tonight. 68 likes. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly. You have no idea how much it truly, truly, truly helps me when you hit that like button. It forces, see, that gets too big. I think that's a fair size the way I have it right now. I think that's fair. I don't think anybody's complaining. I think you can see me. I just don't want it to get in front of this line. I think that was throwing me off too because it was in my way. If it gets to low 40s, I'm going to buy the shit out. If XRP, remember, if XRP, and it won't be a bad buy, it's not a bad buy now, it's under 50 cents. Remember that. XRP sub 50 cents, well, now it's a little over 50. But when it's at these prices, it's never that it's a bad buy. It's in relation to what your goals are. I'm not sure what is going on here. This isn't letting me hit the button on TradingView. That's why I can't delete the lines, everybody. TradingView is just having its, and now it deleted that chart too. See, I knew TradingView was up to something. You guys get to see in real time. Just, everybody's like, how good is TradingView? How good's your patience? There's nothing like it that we can use. But they haven't updated things for real, which seems like in an eternity. They update things, but they make it worse. Like now my stuff deletes. KB, good morning, my friend. Silver's under a little pressure today as the US dollar was on a little bit of a roll. I'll bet you this doesn't have a... Yeah, see, it won't let me delete it. Huh. How funny is that? Yeah, it's not working. We're having an issue here with TradingView. Those are supposed to auto-delete when I press the button. I can't press any... Oh, there we go. TradingView. So lets me do that, lets me do that, lets me do that, lets me do that. Interesting. For some reason, it won't delete. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but it won't delete that. This is craziness. Okay, well, I guess I have to do it the old-fashioned way if I'm going to do it. But this is just, but questions. You guys can ask questions, and guys and gals. We have 81 people in here, 78 likes. George, $2, I'm drowning. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. You just gotta, if you bought in, you have to have an understanding of what your goals are right now and how you're going to try to approach this. Like, you have to have a little bit of dry powder on the side. You know, you're not going to want to have to deal with what I'm dealing with this. Let me take out my drawing pen real quick and see if that'll help. But this is, I'm not exactly sure. This has never happened before. Like, look, I can't hit the button on TradingView. It's super annoying. So, we're going to have to try to do something real quick. And you guys are going to stick around real quick while I do this. And if you guys have some relaxation, I suppose now would be the time. I was going to say, where did I go? But I forgot it. We'll take this screen off. So we're just going to clear this out real quick. Everything that was open. It's kind of hard to do the technical analysis when it's not letting the touchscreen work. I mean, the touchscreen on my tablet's working. I'm talking about on TradingView. For some reason, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, TradingView. Man, I only got a roach today, but I'll spark it with you, Tom. I appreciate that. Oh, trust me, I know it's getting tighter around here now with budgets and everything. What they did to my housing price is criminal. Yeah, this is, what else is criminal is the fact that this is not deleting my stuff. ATK, what's up? Learned so many lessons learning charts now to get ready for next 85% correction and short the piss out of it. Yep. You got all the tools you need if you've been watching for any length of time. That is definitely for sure. That is definitely for sure. So I guess I'm just going to have to start using the eraser again. That's fine. I got no problem using the eraser. I just needed to know it. So if you ever have a problem with TradingView, just honestly use this is why I like to talk about it in real time. Honestly, just go here, use the damn eraser, and it's bing, bang, boom. It's just, it takes one extra step. So why that's not working, I don't know, but whatever. You make lemons, or you turn lemons into lemonade. Tom's always been on point, been watching for a while. I appreciate that, Dan. 6 to 12 months, extra people will be breaking all-time highs and beyond. I don't know if we're going to be breaking all-time highs in 6 to 12 months. Greg, welcome in. I think we're going to have a fake rally here in probably 2024. And remember, you're going to have one monumental collapse to take out all the tokens. It feels like to me we need one more mini bull run in between. That's what I'm feeling in my gut. Whether I'm right or not, you know, QDX technical director for Microsoft is also involved in Web3. Interesting. So, I know somebody asked for algo. I don't know. We have 76 people that are sticking this out. I don't know how long we're going to be on. I always try to do 30 minutes to start, and then I just base it on the environment. We were going for an hour and 10 minutes longer, a lot longer than we normally would have. But we had a lot of active conversation. The flow was good, but not just that. We had a lot of stuff to talk about. Right now, it's been boring. It's not that it's boring, but it's boring. Because we're looking for other things, and we're just been in a consolidation. The one thing that's not changed is the US dollar is still in this rising channel. Our target, we had 105.30 to see how we react. And right now we're within we came within literally 15 cents of hitting our target. 13 cents. So now it looks like it's created another rising channel within this. At some point, this is going to rotate down. And when I say rotate down, it's going to be the ultimate rotation to the downside. And that's in a rising channel. So now we have to see how far it's going to go. We smiled in this area because we knew we had one more leg up. That's why we were smiling. We knew this was like an inverse head and shoulders. It came through to fake everybody out. And then bam, huge rising channel to tell you it's the end. Once that rising channel ends, good night, sweetheart. That's what gold was doing. It was in a falling channel, but it broke out before the US dollar could come back. Remember what I said? If you got rejected at this uptrend, then you would likely come back down, and you could have a date with Destiny down here at 1840. We don't know. It all depends how high the US dollar goes. You know, I do a lot more than crypto, but I'm only recognized for what I do in crypto because really nobody watches when I do something else. I don't want to say nobody else. When I first started and I would put like a commodities video out, maybe 100 people would watch. Now I can get anywhere from 5 to 800. When I did the silver stacking videos, it ranged anywhere from 250 to 900 or 800, mostly from 300 to 350 or 275 to 350. But that means the right people are still seeing it because somebody needs to see it. With silver, excellent question though. We have a chance to break back within this formation. If we lose $22.80, we'll call it, you're back within this formation, and that could give you a downside potential of 20 bucks. That's a 22, actually, I don't think that's quite 22%. That's half of that, 12%. I was going to say it's not at 10 cents. So that's 11% drop still with silver if it falls within that region. But that is distinctly on the US dollar. This isn't because silver is less valuable. This is because the US dollar is overinflated. Watch some of these commodities. Watch Fortuna Silver Mines. I always tell you, I don't put as much stock into that because it doesn't pay a dividend. But pay attention to B2 Gold, over 5% dividend. It's at 301. I've got my buy-in was at $2.94, as I've said before. The total crypto market cap is at 1.033 trillion, and we might as well see where we're at here. We held the support of 1.108 trillion. I've got no levels between here and 892 million, or billion, I mean, because I believe it's going to be a substantial drop from this layer to the next. So that is where I judge XRP on. Can it hold the 448? And with this kind of a drop, I don't think so. But it could. You know, there is the mid-tier support. If we bring this out, and I acknowledge this, and I've done it before, where was this at? It got pulled down. It's supposed to be connected to this end. So you technically do have that in between. And this will end up meeting that downtrending resistance as we pull this through. But that is your one support you could hold. But that's like XRP holding 448. Do you think it's going to hold that? Or will we come down to that solid support of 892? That's the irony here. Would we even have enough room to hold there? That's our problem. I don't know if we do. I really don't. So we can debate it, but we've got issues when it comes to the DXY and how it's making things look undervalued, or it's making the prices go down on risk assets, especially ones with utility. September is always red with crypto. Historically, we're red in September. I know a lot of people say red October, but that's actually a myth. It's more red September than red October. No, September's is down. September's been down. I mean, it might, who knows where it's going to end. But it's red in September, in my opinion. But yeah, it's been mostly sideways as well. I agree with that, Ron. It's been sideways and light red. We're just looking for the major capitulation. And guess what, Ron? What could do us in is the daily time frame in most of these. Not in algo, because algo's already had the breakdown. But algo right now, for everybody who asks, is in the right or the falling channel. These are bullish reversals. Contrary to the rest of them, this is going counterintuitively to the US dollar, which is what you want. These play out in bullish reversals as long as they don't lose the channel to the downside. But this channel can get you all the way down to like around 1 cent. So if you lose this channel, I mean, you're done anyhow. Not done, but you're going to get some crazy prices. So when I did the channel like that, and I got a little bit of heat, but I started back here because I thought, hey, if we're going to do it, that's the real channel. And then if we come out, that's where we could start coming out to if we break out. So I wanted to buy in this rotation, and right now, if you're part of FOMO or Winning Wednesdays, we're splitting it up right now as we've done. Last week we did $50, so yesterday we did $50 in algo, which pushed us about 5,400 tokens. And then we did 25 in Gala as we're trying to get to 10,000 tokens, as my cat literally just jumped off my car onto the roof. So it goes on top of the house. So eventually, Algo's going to have to start a cup and handle. It's eventually going to happen. We just don't know when. Eventually, this is going to have a massive reversal. It is. That's the top layer. The other one's right here. Is this the start of it? Do we come all the way down here? Eventually, there's a 2-tier cup and handle that will play out in the future. We don't know when. We don't even know if the cup and handle comes way down here. But we know it can't go down there. But we don't know if it's down here and the cup actually swings around. But there is a huge, ginormous cup and handle forming here. And if we do it based on the downtrend that's coming through these formations, it actually pushes you to X marks the spot. I'm not saying we're coming down to double zeros. What I am saying is we could have some downside pressure here. Alessandro, no problem. Hopefully that helped with algo. 79 of you are sticking it out as we're getting into the home stretch of this live, as I've covered a wide array of things. XLM at 12.49. It's up at top resistance again. If we break out of this formation, as we'll continue coming across this pattern, that's about where you get to that 15.6 area, maybe a little bit lower. We don't want to overdo it. About the 15.58 area. No. We don't have our that's close enough. So that's what we're looking at. If we break out there, a breakdown could bring us down to the 8.7 level. So we want to be able to understand where this pattern can bring us. So we're looking to break out and not allow a death cross to occur. Right now we have a bearish cross in the daily, so it's very important if we're trying to break back to the top side here for XLM. Does that look pretty clear to everybody? We're in this short-term ascending triangle, what we could call it, a short-term ascending triangle pattern. I suppose, I don't even know if I'd call it ascending. It's just, this is a support. We created a triangle that is getting smaller. So it's like a broadening wedge, except inside out. I absolutely, that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're getting this fake out in the daily time frame for a reason. I think we're going to have a big, I think that 2020 uptrend is firmly within place, and what better way than before that big party to have a big capitulation down to the 2020 uptrend real quick. And then when all the eyes are off XRP because everybody's like, oh, this shit coin, it's a piece of shit, it's never going to go up, yada, yada, yada. Then all of a sudden it just blows you out of the water. It makes a little rally. It'll eventually play a massive cup and handle with algo. All of crypto eventually is going to have its day. Oh yeah, Lastos was the other one I wanted to do. Thank you for reminding me of that. That was the one I wanted to do. That was the second one. What is this crap? Oh, what the hell did I do here? Elastos to the... what is this? Oh, I guess I did pick the right way. Is that what it's at right now? $1 whatever? $1.50? So I'll make sure I have the right one pulled up. I feel like I do. Okay, I thought so. Because when I was looking the other day, I was looking at the USDT chart. But this is better. I like USD. Ox. We'll look at the total circulating supply of both in a second, actually. So I'm just going to give you a short, just a short term. Oh, this is going to be super annoying. Although I'm just going to figure it out that it's going to be easier like that. Partnered with the waffle, that's a good place to start. So I'm going to connect the dots real quick. So we had the resistance, which means we haven't connected this dot yet, which means likely we're going to have a little bit of a rally probably before we break that. Well, we have to look at the time frames real quick. But this is the number one way to start connecting the dots. If you don't know how to be, just, if you're ever doing this, start connecting it. There's another resistance that was formed. So now you can, this is what, when people try to sell you the fan, this is all they're doing. They create a fan system, they call it. But you would have to come at every major resistance. I've shown in the past how to do it. Right now I just want to do it for the chart at hand. But we're basically creating our own fan. And then you can create the little support that would come next. It's very simple. You hit here and you hit here. And now that actually becomes your underneath support to see if the breakout attempt is successful. So does everybody understand what happened there? It's very simplistic, well, not simplistic, but once you understand it's simplistic stuff, it doesn't look simple from the onset. But when you know what you're looking for the candlestick highs in the daily is what I was looking for. Now you can go to the bodies, but on the major run-ups on coins like this, this is very hard to do on just candle bodies in the daily when you have major volatility. I appreciate that, Jose, greatly. So what we're looking for, cutie, is we're looking for, if we can hold this support, the next level up would be $1.76, ultimately to finish out this run at 205. And then if we get rejected, we come back down here and do it again. Otherwise, if we break this support, we're coming back down to the uptrend at about $1.26 if we get rejected here. That's all we're looking here. Do we come to $1.26 or do we hold this and come up first and see and dust our fade at around $1.77? So, and then to look at the, where is my, everything is against me today. Now my, I guess we're using this today. Elastos. Total circulating supply. The current circulating supply is 20,346,360 or 860. Oh, that's very small. That's a very small circulating supply. Woo. The max circulating supply is 28.2 million. That's it. Wow. Well, it's not that I don't want to smile. It's like JW said, it's one of those days. I'm very smiling on the inside. That's nice. Elastos, that's nice. All-time high is $70. That's even nicer. So we'll keep our eyes on Elastos here as well. See, cutie, I told you I won't do it until I've had a chance to at least look at the charts, because yeah, it looks like I diagnosed it very quickly, which I did, but I like to debrief myself over it while I'm doing it. But I like everybody to watch. That's why I told you the other day, even though I was a little busy to do it then, I've been thinking about it, and I have not did it until I waited for you to be in the audience, because I didn't want to do it when you weren't here. I commend everybody who's here today. I'm being honest with you. Do you know how hard it is to draw people in when we're on a bearish moment in time? Even though, if we're looking at XRP, this is something that I talked about yesterday. You know, this video only got less than 500 views. What is this? What's this shit? Oh, how did I go to here? This video got less than 500 views. And I talked about, so I might as well share it now. I talked about remember, this one right here I'm going to share after the live, so I'm giving that its own time, because I want people to see that. Nobody's going to watch it to the end of this. So I have to be very strategic now. Where the hell? Oh, not XRP, Ripple. What am I doing? That's the other thing I'm going to be sharing later. So I hope everybody pays attention. There's a lot of stuff that I want to share. It's just, if I share it at the end, nobody ever pays attention. But we could read some of the stuff. But this is what I was talking about yesterday. Ripple announces new billionaire partner. An interesting there was 3 countries. Oh no, this is something new. Okay, that is not it. That is not it. It took out my other search bar, which this search bar, it's terrible. I don't know what this is. I really don't. Where's my other search bar? Gotta love technology. Hold on just a sec. But through the SBI remittance, we had 3 new countries on board that brought a massive amount of liquidity on board. And when I say massive, I mean massive. Now, where's my browser at, darn it? Sorry, everybody, but anybody else have anything to say? I know you know we're getting towards the end of this when I start to search around. We've talked about everything and the charts that we could talk about. This right here, this is what we talked about yesterday, and this video got less than 500 views, so I'm going to make you listen to it again. So that anybody who's watching this right now, did anybody even pay attention to this when I shared this yesterday, honestly? You can be honest with me, because I know YouTube's not sharing my stuff either as much. I appreciate that, Miss Vicky, greatly. You stay safe at work and stay focused. Awesome, Miss Vicky, I'm glad. It's not you, they post stuff and then take it down. They don't want you to. Absolutely. So, we're going to read that in a sec, but somebody said XDC and I forgot to talk about it. XDC fell outside of its short formation. We do have a long leg doji here. So, it seems like we're about to reverse here. We're about to come up in reverse, I think, with XDC. And then we're going to see what happens because we've got some demons to deal with here. 4 hourly, we had the death cross, but we're trying to come back up over the 200 day. So we're going to try to get up and over and back into this formation, it looks like. So that's what you need to pay attention to there. But my voice is getting a little done, so I want to read this. Brian, good evening. George, yes, that is awesome. 2-minute warning, yes, that's what we're trying to kill until. That's why I wanted to stay on to see where the close was. You know, that's why I'm going to start coming on around 7:07, I think. So we've done the majority of the stream going into the daily close. And then we leave each other at the end of the close. I think there's a lot more value in doing it that way, honestly. The more I think about it. So XRP remittance tech expanded to 3 countries by 138 billion financial giant subsidiary. So XRP's got a market cap of what, 26 billion? This is 138 billion worth of financial giant subsidiaries. That's a lot of money. Wait a minute. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I wanted to share because this is the Philippines. This is, we got the Philippines, we've got Southeast, well, this is through Southeast Asia, but this is the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So, according to a new press release, so Ripple Labs payments platform is expanding into Southeast Asia as the crypto firm partners with a prominent financial services titan. According to a new press release, Ripple Labs is collaborating with SBI Remit the remittance arm of SBI Group, to provide international remittances to the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia using the digital asset XRP. The partnership would allow citizens in those nations to receive remittances in their native currencies, as stated by SBI. In a joint venture between SBI Holdings and Ripple, we will start providing international remittance services using the crypto asset XRP to bank accounts in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia starting this month. Let me repeat that. In a joint venture between SBI Holdings and Ripple, we will start providing international remittance services using the crypto asset XRP to bank accounts in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia starting this month. SBI Remit sends a customer's remittance request, and we send XRP in real time in response to that request by partnering with Tranglo, a leading company in the fund transfer industry. As an overseas remittance destination partner, customers will be able to receive remittances in local legal currencies. Remember how I said today's price is not what should be mattered? We need to stop worrying about today's price. We're investing for tomorrow. Prime example of what's not being talked about in the mainstream. Prime example of what nobody's watching when I put the content out. When my average videos are around 12 to 1,500 views on a decent day, but whenever I put something out about the expansion and the use of XRP and adoption, especially through the banking sectors, most times they get about 500 views. Sometimes they get lucky, but most people don't give it the time of the day, and I'll never understand why. If you're invested in XRP, don't you want to hear what the hell XRP is? You know, and being positive, it's not just no news. This is news. This is the real news. This isn't the FUD. This isn't going to sell things. This isn't going to make you rich by talking about it. This is the real story here, though. This is where you get liquidity. 136 billion roughly. That's a lot of liquidity coming into the market. If XRP can cap it, that's a lot. Exactly, ATK. That's what I've said. I'm not selling my XRP until I'm using it as a form of payment. And when I mean not to buy a gaming system, I mean to make a massive addition to my house, or to move. I don't want to move from my house because I actually like where I live. I know I'm very cliche and simple, but it was Julie's grandma's house and yada, yada, yada. But according to SBI, which oversees 138, wait a minute. SBI Remit sends a customer's remittance request, and we send XRP in real time. And they said this is happening starting this month. In real time in response to that request by partnering with Tranglo, a leading company in the fund transfer industry, as an overseas remittance destination partner. Customers will be able to receive remittances in local legal currency. Why do we have 100 billion XRP on hand? So that we can be in all these different places at once, all these different countries. Why is XRP, I say the cross borders is irrelevant? Because everything else does cross borders. What is the most important? The on-demand liquidity. What is it providing here? On-demand liquidity to the banks. Do we see what's happening here? Everything we've talked about for a very long time is coming to fruition here. It's coming to pass. I'm going to use these lives more often now as I've seen the error to my way. And starting tomorrow, I'll be doing a 50-50 split between the news and the charts. I don't know when I'm going to do each. It's going to be the way I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis. But we're going to have 53 minutes every single day to lead us into the technical, or lead us into the close. And we're going to take that time to get a better understanding of the charts, but also the news and the adoption as well. So according to SBI, which oversees 138 billion in assets, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia were chosen because the rate at which they receive remittances is high and only accelerating. Ryan, yes, that's the end game here. That's the end goal. I used to work a labor job myself. We will expand the range of international remittance services using the XRP to bank accounts in the Philippines. Like, listen to this. Pay attention. We will expand the range of international remittance services using this XRP to bank accounts in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. In these countries, the share of remittances to bank accounts is high and we expect that the introduction will accelerate in the future. By using XRP as a bridge currency, you can send money quickly and at low cost. In addition, it has excellent scalability, such as being able to easily send money to Ripple partners around the world. And we believe that it will lead to strengthening our competitiveness in the international money transfer business. Why so many people are against XRP, I don't know. Why so many people are against this station, it's very easy to understand. It takes a lot longer for the truth to travel. A lot more people would rather know they're going to be rich tomorrow instead of in 6 years. But either way, isn't it good to know, maybe not 6 years, but to be truly rich, you have to go through the entire cycle. To go through the entire cycle, we have to have one more mini bull market rally that floods out and flames out to where we, guess what guys, we would be able to sell again and then come all the way back down. And that's what we're looking for. One more rally up to push what we did in 2021, evolve it through 2023 when we bought back in late 2022. And I believe we're going to have one more rally. It's probably going to be in 2024 into 2025, probably, because that's when a lot of people switch from the old SWIFT to the new ISO. But a lot of people are going to think it's the utility run, which it's not. The ultimate utility run comes in 2028, in my opinion. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I think that's when we would end up getting rid of 95% of the cryptos, would be after the next mini bull market, and then they just drop the hammer. They're going to want that liquidity after all. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this live, please make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, as I need your help. We're down about 75% in subscribers. Or not 75, about 55% in subscribers this time from where we were last month at this time. Which I acknowledge XRP was at a much different spot. Now most people have tuned XRP out. But that is why I need your help to push this content. I need your help to push this through the YouTube algorithm and share my content by sharing this live. Share it to your Facebook. Hell, I even started a Facebook channel to try to get the word out. And all I did was start posting my videos on YouTube. And now it's at 347 followers on Facebook, XRP Future Millionaire. And I literally have had that page for 4 years and never did anything with it because it was attached to my Facebook page. And I just called it XRP Future Millionaire now. And I did some stuff to it like 2-3 weeks ago. And now all of a sudden people are starting to follow on there, which is kind of cool because it'll allow more people to find their way here, which is why I did what I did on TikTok and got to 18,000 subscribers or followers, which that's unbelievable to me because it hasn't been that long. But they can find their way here as well. I don't do lives on TikTok unless it's something related to like, hey, there's something outside. I save the lives for here because this is my home. I consider YouTube my home. I always have and I always will. It's my favorite platform. It's where I like to reach my audience because I like to do updates over lives because I do so many in the same day that this platform is best for me. I feel like we can all stay together. I feel like there's ways for me to connect with you, especially I like these lives as well once a day. Although, if you guys don't know, pay attention because starting today, I did, for the first time, and I don't know how many people are going to hear this message because you all know I'm leaving, so you're just going to leave. But I started today, and it didn't get a lot of views. It's only got like 400 views, but that's not the point. I did like a 12-minute live to where I could cover it was a midday report on XRP. So basically I did the midday market wrap with XRP. So, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. KBS, you don't know how I keep up the pace? I don't know. It's just how I am. Like today, I feel great today, the last 3 days. So what I do, I started going to the gym again, working out. In my hand, yes, it's still recovering, but I've got enough movement back now to where I can do what I need to do finally. And I walk to where I work out, and it's 1.6 miles round trip. So in addition to what I do at the working out, I've only do 6 workouts right now. And then I do cardio. It's a small cardio. It's like 13 minutes. But I walk 1.6 miles there and back. It's a total. So, you know, That's what I do, and that's how I reach my ultimate zen, and that's why I'm able to do what I do. So, but yeah, it's a big pace, but like I've always told you, no one's gonna outwork me. I can't give you many guarantees, but the one I can give you is nobody will outwork me, period. And yes, keep the dry powder to the side, and I don't mean the snow. We're not talking about the old coke and ladders here. We're talking about the old currency. Not the old, we don't do that in this community. We prefer the cannabis. True story, I've never even tried it, to be honest with you. I haven't, I'm lame. What can I say? I've seen too many horror stories, especially having a heroin addict sister. You don't want to go down that road. But she's been clean for 5 years, thank God. She's done a big turnaround. But everybody, you've all blessed me more than you know. It's my greatest wish that some of you will join Tom's Army if you're not already a part of it. But that's not for today because we hit 100 likes. I guess we did. So thank you all so much for the support. I'll catch you tomorrow at 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for sure. So mark it in your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. That's the new time of these lives at night so that we can work our way into the daily close. And when my clocks flip, when they eventually will, to make it 7 o'clock, then we'll have to figure out it again. But for now, 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Lions do start in 4 minutes, as a matter of fact. I have a small, minute bet because I have funds left over from a nice Deion Sanders one. Well, I have a few things on there. So everybody stay blessed.